Every moment of your life presents a decision that shapes your destiny, no matter how small it may seem. In Stoic philosophy, it's not the events themselves but how we respond to them that determines the course of our lives. Whether it's choosing patience over frustration or courage over fear, each decision is a chance to build your character. Stoicism teaches us that life's challenges are not obstacles to avoid, but opportunities to strengthen virtues like wisdom, resilience, and self-discipline. By mastering our responses to the world around us, we begin to take control of our fate, turning every situation into a stepping stone for personal growth. The key to Stoic wisdom is transforming adversity into opportunity. When faced with difficulties, instead of resisting them, the Stoics encouraged embracing them as moments for growth. Life is full of unexpected challenges, but it's how we react to these moments that defines us. For the Stoics, cultivating self-mastery is not about eliminating struggles but learning to navigate them with grace. This proactive approach to personal development involves creating daily habits that align our actions with our deepest values. Every decision we make, no matter how small, becomes a reflection of who we are striving to become. As we explore the 10 daily habits inspired by Stoicism, we discover tools that help us live with greater intention. Stoic habits, such as focusing on what we can control, practicing daily reflection, and letting go of attachment to outcomes, empower us to navigate life with more clarity and purpose. These small, consistent actions build resilience and a sense of fulfillment, allowing us to align our lives with our true values. The journey toward becoming a Stoic is not about achieving perfection, but about committing to constant self-improvement and using life's challenges as the canvas for a life well lived. Cultivating a positive attitude is more than just smiling through life's storms or practicing feel-good affirmations. It's a profound, transformative skill that can shape not only how we perceive the world but also how we interact with it. Imagine navigating life with a mindset that turns every obstacle into an opportunity, every setback into a stepping stone. That's the power of a positive attitude, especially when we see it through the lens of Stoic wisdom. At the core of cultivating a positive attitude is the recognition that we control our reactions, not the world around us. While we cannot always control external events, we have the power to choose our response. The Stoics taught that adversity is inevitable, but how we engage with it determines whether it becomes a source of growth or a cause of suffering. Take Epictetus, for example. Born a slave and later exiled, he faced immense hardship. Yet, his teachings emphasize that no external condition, whether hardship, success, or failure, should disturb our inner peace. For Epictetus, a positive attitude isn't about denying pain or difficulty. It's about recognizing that those experiences are part of a larger, meaningful narrative. When we encounter obstacles, we don't see them as roadblocks but as chances to practice virtues like patience, resilience, and courage. The key lies in reframing challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, we can view them as lessons, tests of our strength, or opportunities for deeper wisdom. For instance, instead of lamenting over a lost job, one might ask, "What skills have I gained from this experience? How can this push me closer to a path that truly aligns with my values?" To cultivate a positive attitude, start small. When faced with frustration or disappointment, pause and ask yourself, "What can I learn here? What's within my control to change?" This shift in perspective can have a profound ripple effect, transforming your inner landscape and gradually reshaping your external reality. Another powerful Stoic practice is to embrace gratitude. It's easy to focus on what we lack or what's going wrong, but the Stoics remind us that true abundance comes from appreciating what we have, no matter how small. Imagine the feeling of waking up each day with a deep sense of gratitude, not just for the obvious blessings, but for the challenges that stretch us and help us grow. In the grander scheme, a positive attitude rooted in Stoic philosophy is about maintaining equanimity, the ability to stay balanced in the face of life's turbulence. This doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions. It means observing them without letting them take over, knowing that they are temporary and not the defining features of our existence. So, how do you begin? Start by consciously choosing optimism in the face of uncertainty. Shift your focus from, "Why is this happening to me?" to, How can I use this to grow? By actively practicing this mindset, you'll find yourself not only adapting better to life's unpredictability, but also finding joy and peace amidst the chaos. Cultivating a positive attitude isn't about blind optimism. It's about empowering yourself to see the world as a place where your responses, not your circumstances, define your happiness. And when you do this, you become the creator of your own resilience, the architect of your own joy. In this way, the Stoic philosophy of a positive attitude becomes not just a thought process, but a life-shaping force. Enhancing communication skills is more than just speaking clearly or knowing the right words to use. It's about creating genuine connections, understanding others deeply, and being able to express yourself in ways that move and inspire. Think of communication as an art form, where each word, gesture, and tone paints a picture of your thoughts and emotions, shaping the world around you. Mastering this art can unlock new levels of influence, empathy, and collaboration in all areas of life. At the heart of great communication lies active listening, a skill that is often overlooked but is crucial for truly understanding another person. Instead of thinking about what you'll say next while someone is speaking, take a moment to fully absorb their words, tone, and body language. This mindful presence signals respect and attention, and it enables you to respond in ways that are thoughtful and relevant. By listening deeply, you don't just hear what's said, you tap into the underlying emotions and needs, creating space for more authentic, impactful conversations. For example, consider Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor who faced immense responsibility, yet always sought to engage with others in ways that reflected both wisdom and compassion. His practice of listening, combined with his understanding of human nature, allowed him to lead with clarity and insight. He believed that when we truly understand the perspectives of others, we can better engage in dialogue that benefits everyone involved, leading to cooperation instead of conflict. But listening alone isn't enough. Effective communication also requires clarity. One of the Stoics, Seneca, was known for his precision in writing and speaking. He emphasized the importance of organizing thoughts before speaking, making sure that the message is clear and concise. Imagine the impact of a conversation where every word is intentional and meaningful, rather than a stream of disjointed thoughts. This clarity helps prevent misunderstandings, builds trust, and ensures that your message resonates with those you're speaking to. Another powerful element of communication is empathy, the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. True communication isn't just about conveying information, it's about creating an emotional connection. By stepping into the shoes of the other person, you can better understand their motivations, fears, and desires, allowing you to respond in ways that are both thoughtful and compassionate. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, recognized that all human beings are interconnected and that to communicate well, we must approach others with a sense of mutual respect and understanding. Imagine a conversation where both parties feel heard and understood, where ideas are exchanged freely, and where emotional intelligence guides the interaction. This is the essence of Stoic communication, a balance of logic, empathy, and clarity that fosters meaningful relationships. To enhance your communication skills, begin by cultivating mindfulness in every conversation. Focus not just on your own thoughts, but also on the subtle cues from the other person, whether it's their tone of voice, their body language, or the emotions behind their words. This attentiveness will allow you to respond in a way that's both relevant and resonant, creating a deeper connection and a more effective dialogue. Next, work on responding, not reacting. In heated or challenging discussions, it's easy to react impulsively, allowing emotions to dictate your words. But the Stoics taught that control over our reactions is a key part of wisdom. Instead of lashing out or withdrawing, take a moment to process what's being said, then respond thoughtfully. This calm, deliberate approach can transform difficult conversations into opportunities for growth and mutual understanding. Finally, use your words to build, not break down. Every conversation is a chance to either uplift or diminish. The Stoic philosopher Musonius Rufus emphasized the power of speech, advising that we should always speak in a way that encourages virtue and promotes harmony. In your interactions, choose words that foster understanding, that inspire and encourage, rather than words that alienate or harm. Enhancing your communication is a journey of constant learning and practice, one that opens the door to more meaningful relationships, greater influence, and a deeper understanding of others. When you communicate with intention, clarity, empathy, and wisdom, you create an environment where true connection and collaboration can flourish. And through this process, you not only improve your relationships, you improve yourself, becoming a more thoughtful, deliberate, and effective communicator in all aspects of life. Strengthening self-discipline is the art of mastering oneself, training your mind to focus, your will to persist, and your actions to align with your deepest values and long-term goals. It's about building a solid foundation of habits that support the life you desire, even when the immediate temptation to stray calls to you. The Stoics, like Epictetus, taught that the ultimate form of freedom is the ability to control one's own impulses, emotions, and actions. True power lies not in the ability to control the external world, but in the ability to control your own responses to it. This mastery over oneself allows you to navigate life's challenges with grace, purpose, and strength. Self-discipline isn't about strict deprivation or denial. Rather, it's about cultivating the ability to make choices that align with your higher goals instead of fleeting desires. It's about saying no to the distractions and temptations that pull you away from your path, and yes to the activities that nurture your growth. Marcus Aurelius, one of the Stoic greats, was a master of discipline. Despite his vast power as emperor, he practiced rigorous self-control over his actions, emotions, and thoughts, writing in his journal to remind himself daily of the need to live virtuously. His discipline allowed him to lead with clarity and focus, even under immense pressure. The first step in strengthening self-discipline is setting clear, purposeful goals. Without direction, self-discipline becomes a futile exercise in willpower. When you know what you're working towards, your actions become much more deliberate. Instead of being swept away by the current of daily distractions, you can channel your energy toward what matters most. This practice aligns closely with the Stoic virtue of practical wisdom, which requires that we carefully consider our decisions in light of our goals and values. The clearer your goals, the easier it becomes to discern what to do and what to avoid. Small, consistent actions are the building blocks of self-discipline. The Stoics taught that great things aren't accomplished in bursts of energy or sheer force of will. They're achieved through steady, incremental effort. It's not about perfect consistency, but about persistence. Every day, you have the opportunity to strengthen your discipline by making small choices that lead to long-term benefits. Whether it's sticking to a workout routine, resisting the temptation to procrastinate, or committing to personal growth, each decision builds your ability to stay the course. Even when results aren't immediate, the cumulative effect of consistent effort compounds over time, shaping you into someone who is resilient and self-empowered. Finally, embrace discomfort as a necessary part of growth. Self-discipline often involves facing the discomfort of delayed gratification, saying no to immediate pleasures in order to gain something far more rewarding later. The Stoics recognize that discomfort is a natural part of life, but it's also where true growth occurs. Seneca wisely noted that we often avoid challenges, but it's in enduring hardships that we discover our true strength. Strengthening self-discipline means learning to tolerate discomfort, not as a form of suffering, but as an opportunity to refine and strengthen your character. By embracing discomfort, you teach yourself the true power of self-control and build the resilience needed to overcome life's obstacles. Strengthening self-discipline is a journey that requires patience, persistence, and self-compassion. It's not about perfection but progress, about making the conscious choice to align your actions with your highest goals every day. By cultivating this discipline, you open the door to a life of greater freedom, fulfillment, and purpose. Shifting your mindset is the catalyst for transforming your life. It's the moment when you move from viewing challenges as obstacles to seeing them as opportunities for growth. The way you perceive the world, and your place in it, shapes everything you experience. This shift, while seemingly subtle, can have profound effects on how you react to life's ups and downs. The Stoics were masters of this art, constantly challenging themselves to reframe situations in a way that allowed them to maintain their peace and virtue, no matter what life threw at them. Epictetus famously taught that it's not external events that trouble us, but our judgments about them. Changing how you interpret events can transform your emotional responses and, ultimately, your life. At the heart of shifting your mindset is the concept of control. Stoicism teaches that the only things truly within our control are our thoughts, reactions, and actions. Everything else, the opinions of others, external circumstances, and the flow of events, is beyond our grasp. By embracing this idea, you free yourself from the constant struggle to control the uncontrollable. Instead of fixating on what you can't change, you start focusing on how you can change your responses. This shift empowers you, giving you the mental clarity to navigate challenges without being overwhelmed by them. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself daily in his personal journal that life is constantly changing, but how we adapt to those changes is up to us. From a fixed mindset to a growth mindset is one of the most powerful shifts you can make. A fixed mindset holds that intelligence, talent, and abilities are static and unchangeable. If you believe your skills are limited, you're likely to avoid challenges, fearing failure will prove you incapable. But with a growth mindset, you see abilities as malleable, and failures as stepping stones toward mastery. When you shift from a fixed to a growth mindset, you view setbacks as necessary parts of learning, not as reflections of your worth. This mindset not only increases resilience but also fosters an openness to new experiences and challenges. The Stoics themselves were committed learners, always seeking wisdom, regardless of their status or experience in life. Reframing negative thoughts is another essential aspect of shifting your mindset. The Stoics believe that it's not the event itself, but the judgment we make about it, that causes suffering. For instance, losing a job might feel like a disaster, but what if, instead, you saw it as a chance to explore new opportunities, develop new skills, or even reinvent yourself? When you change your perspective, your emotional response shifts as well. By consistently practicing this kind of reframing, you begin to see obstacles as temporary and surmountable, rather than permanent barriers. This doesn't mean ignoring pain or hardship, but rather facing them with a mindset that allows you to move through them with purpose and hope. Lastly, embracing gratitude is one of the most effective ways to shift your mindset from scarcity to abundance. The Stoics were profoundly grateful for the present moment, understanding that everything they had, every relationship, every opportunity, was a gift, fleeting and impermanent. By practicing gratitude, you cultivate a mindset that focuses on what's good in your life, rather than what's lacking. When you consistently focus on the positives, even in difficult circumstances, you shift your energy from negativity and resentment to appreciation and peace. This shift doesn't just affect your mood, it changes your entire experience of life, helping you move from a mindset of lack to one of abundance, where opportunities are everywhere. Shifting your mindset is a transformative process, one that demands constant awareness and effort. It's a choice you make every day, to look at the world through a lens that empowers you, rather than one that limits you. By adopting this perspective, you open yourself to growth, resilience, and peace, no matter the challenges life presents. The Stoics understood that our thoughts shape our reality, and by shifting our mindset, we can change the very nature of our experience. Optimizing your time is the art of mastering one of life's most precious, yet fleeting resources. It's about making conscious decisions that align your actions with your values, ensuring that each moment you spend contributes meaningfully to your goals and well-being. Imagine life as a river, constantly flowing, where every second is a drop that either passes by unnoticed or gets used to fuel your journey. To optimize your time is to become the captain of your own ship, steering with purpose and clarity. The Stoics, ever mindful of life's impermanence, understood that time is the one thing we cannot get back. Marcus Aurelius repeatedly reminded himself that his time is limited and should not be wasted on things that don't align with his higher purpose. The first key to optimizing time is learning to prioritize. Not all tasks are created equal, and the Stoic principle of differentiating between what is essential and what is not is a powerful tool here. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of busy work, but what truly matters are the actions that move us closer to living a virtuous and fulfilling life. The Stoics taught us to focus our energy on what's within our control, our actions, our responses, and the effort we put into meaningful pursuits. When you start prioritizing what truly matters, whether it's personal growth, relationships, or work that aligns with your purpose, you'll find that your days become more intentional, productive, and fulfilling. Another important aspect of optimizing your time is the practice of embracing intentionality. Stoicism encourages us to approach each task with mindfulness, making sure that what we do aligns with our values and leads us toward our goals. This means resisting the urge to multitask, which often spreads our attention thin, and instead dedicating full focus to one thing at a time. Whether you're working on a project, spending time with loved ones, or engaging in self-care, each moment becomes more meaningful when you are fully present. Optimizing time, in this sense, is less about doing more and more about doing the right things well. Finally, embracing the present moment is a crucial component in optimizing your time. The Stoics often reflected on the transient nature of life, understanding that the present moment is all we truly have. Instead of dwelling on the past or anxiously anticipating the future, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the here and now. By being fully engaged in the current task, you not only make the most of your time but also cultivate a deeper sense of peace and fulfillment. In the end, optimizing your time isn't just about achieving more, it's about living more fully, with intention, presence, and a deep sense of purpose. Growing your knowledge is not just about accumulating facts, but about evolving into a more perceptive, informed, and open-minded individual. In the Stoic tradition, learning is viewed as an ongoing journey rather than a destination, with the belief that wisdom grows not through passive absorption, but through active engagement with the world around us. To grow your knowledge is to engage deeply with the ideas and experiences that challenge your current understanding, stretching the boundaries of what you think you know. The Stoics themselves, Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, were not only thinkers but also tireless learners, constantly seeking to improve their minds and their understanding of the world. At the heart of growing your knowledge is the practice of curiosity. The Stoics valued intellectual humility, recognizing that we can never know everything, and that the pursuit of knowledge is inherently imperfect. By embracing curiosity, you free yourself from the trap of thinking you have all the answers. Every conversation, every book, every experience becomes an opportunity to learn something new. When you look at life with a sense of wonder and a willingness to question assumptions, you unlock endless opportunities for personal growth. It's about embracing the unknown as a space for discovery rather than a source of fear. Diverse learning is another key to expanding your intellectual horizons. Stoicism encourages not just focusing on one area of knowledge but embracing the vast spectrum of human wisdom. From philosophy and literature to history, science, and the arts, the Stoics knew that a well-rounded knowledge base enhances your ability to think critically and make informed decisions. Learning from people whose experiences and viewpoints differ from your own is particularly powerful. It challenges you to reconsider your beliefs and expand your mental toolkit. The more diverse your sources of knowledge, the more you become equipped to handle life's complexities with insight and adaptability. Finally, applying what you learn is what transforms knowledge from mere theory into practical wisdom. For the Stoics, philosophy wasn't something to be admired from afar. It was something to live by. As you grow your knowledge, it's vital to ask yourself how it can be put to use in your own life. Whether you're learning about emotional control, ethics, or effective problem-solving, the true value of knowledge lies in how you incorporate it into your daily actions. By continually integrating new insights into your thoughts and behaviors, you not only enhance your understanding but also build a life that reflects the wisdom you're striving to embody. Growing your knowledge isn't just about becoming smarter, it's about becoming a better, more capable person. Daily reading is a transformative practice that can quietly shape the contours of your life. Imagine it as a form of intellectual nourishment, feeding your mind with new ideas, perspectives, and reflections that enrich your inner world. The Stoics were avid readers. Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca all believed in the power of literature to deepen understanding and refine character. Reading daily isn't just about consuming information, it's about cultivating a mindset that seeks continuous growth. Through books, you engage with the thoughts and experiences of others, extending your grasp beyond your own limited experience. Incorporating reading into your daily routine unlocks a well of wisdom that can guide your actions and decisions. The Stoics would often draw from the works of their predecessors and contemporaries to remind themselves of key principles of virtue, resilience, and clarity. When you read daily, you immerse yourself in a vast reservoir of knowledge, from ancient philosophies to modern theories, from literary classics to cutting-edge science. The more widely you read, the more you begin to notice patterns, connections, and insights that inform your understanding of the world. Each page turned is another step toward a broader, richer comprehension of life's complexities. However, reading isn't about volume, it's about depth. The Stoics didn't read for the sake of reading, they read to understand, to challenge their thinking, and to apply what they learned. A daily reading practice is most powerful when you engage with the material thoughtfully, pausing to reflect on its meaning and relevance to your own life. This could be in the form of a philosophical text that questions your assumptions, or a piece of literature that opens your heart. It's not about rushing through books, it's about absorbing the essence and finding ways to integrate new insights into your daily existence. Reading thoughtfully fosters a continuous dialogue between the text and your own experiences, deepening your wisdom over time. Finally, daily reading serves as a ritual of reflection and growth, providing a moment of pause amidst the chaos of daily life. It's a space to step away from the noise and focus on personal development. Whether it's in the quiet of the morning, during a lunch break, or before bed, setting aside time to read can center your thoughts and reinforce your values. Over time, this habit accumulates into a profound shift, subtle yet powerful, transforming your mindset, sharpening your judgment, and expanding your sense of possibility. Daily reading isn't just a habit, it's a pathway to becoming a more enlightened and engaged individual, one page at a time. Applying knowledge is the true test of understanding. It's where theory meets reality and where the abstract becomes tangible. It's one thing to read a philosophical text or study a new concept, but it's quite another to put that knowledge into practice in real-world situations. The Stoics, for example, didn't just study virtue or resilience in isolation, they lived it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, constantly reminded himself to embody the Stoic principles he read about, transforming wisdom into actions that reflected his personal growth. Knowledge without application remains inert, but when you actively incorporate it into your life, it becomes a catalyst for transformation. The act of applying knowledge forces you to confront the complexities and nuances of life in real time. It challenges you to adapt, improvise, and refine what you've learned. Imagine reading about the importance of patience in Stoic philosophy. Now, you're faced with a stressful situation that tests your patience. This is the moment where reading becomes more than a passive activity, it becomes a dynamic practice. When you apply what you know, you begin to see how your insights shape your choices, how your new knowledge shifts your perspective, and how it changes the way you respond to life's challenges. The process of application builds confidence, reinforcing the value of learning as a living, evolving journey. Ultimately, applying knowledge is a pathway to wisdom, and wisdom is the ability to navigate life's challenges with grace and clarity. It's easy to accumulate knowledge, but it's the application that truly cultivates wisdom. It's through the repeated practice of applying your learnings that you refine your understanding and develop mastery over yourself and your circumstances. Each time you take the knowledge you've gained and see its impact in your life, you unlock a new layer of understanding, one that's more grounded, more practical, and more meaningful. Knowledge, in this sense, becomes a tool not just for intellectual satisfaction, but for living a life of purpose, virtue, and resilience. Financial habits are the invisible forces that shape your relationship with money and, by extension, your life. Think of them as the architecture of your financial future. They can either build a stable, thriving structure or lead to a crumbling foundation. At the core of healthy financial habits lies self-discipline, a principle deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that true wealth is not in the accumulation of possessions but in the wise use of resources. Adopting this mindset shifts your focus from chasing material success to prioritizing value-driven choices, spending money on what truly matters, rather than being swept away by fleeting desires. By learning to live within your means and saving for the future, you lay the groundwork for financial freedom and peace of mind. But financial habits aren't just about saving and investing, they also require mindful spending and planning. Without a budget, money can slip through your fingers like water, often on things that bring no lasting fulfillment. A thoughtful budget allows you to direct your resources toward what aligns with your values. It becomes an act of intentionality, ensuring that every dollar spent serves a greater purpose, whether it's securing a comfortable future, supporting loved ones, or contributing to causes you believe in. Tracking your spending habits can also reveal areas where you might be overspending on things that don't truly bring joy, giving you the power to make conscious choices that reflect your deeper priorities. The beauty of cultivating strong financial habits is that they enable you to live in a way that is more aligned with your values and long-term goals. By focusing on resilience in the face of unexpected costs and taking steps to build an emergency fund or invest in the future, you strengthen your ability to withstand financial storms. At the same time, your ability to practice generosity through financial means increases, whether it's donating to charity or helping others in need. In the end, it's not about accumulating wealth for its own sake, but about using money as a tool to support a life of meaning, freedom, and contribution. Committing to personal growth is like embarking on a lifelong journey where every experience, every challenge, becomes an opportunity to evolve. It's about recognizing that you are not the sum of your past mistakes, but rather, the potential of your future choices. The Stoics believe that growth isn't a passive state, but an active, deliberate pursuit of wisdom and virtue. By committing to growth, you embrace the notion that each day is a chance to refine your character, improve your mindset, and cultivate a deeper understanding of the world around you. It's a process of shedding the old, unhelpful habits and stepping into a new version of yourself, one that thrives in the face of adversity and remains steadfast in the pursuit of your highest potential. To truly grow, you must begin with self-awareness, an honest, often uncomfortable, reflection on who you are and who you aspire to be. This introspection enables you to recognize areas for improvement and equips you with the clarity needed to take intentional action. The Stoics were champions of questioning their thoughts and emotions, using logic to strip away the noise of fleeting desires and unhelpful reactions. By setting realistic goals, measuring progress, and celebrating small victories along the way, you begin to cultivate a sense of fulfillment that comes not from perfection, but from continual, mindful improvement. Each small step forward compounds, creating lasting change. True growth also requires resilience, the ability to persist through setbacks and challenges without losing sight of your path. Life will test your resolve, and the Stoics understood that obstacles aren't barriers, but catalysts for strengthening your character. By embracing setbacks as part of the process, you develop a mindset that is unshaken by temporary failure. With resilience, you don't just bounce back, you become better for having faced adversity. And in this process of perpetual evolution, you realize that personal growth isn't a destination to be reached, but an ongoing journey of self-mastery, guided by wisdom and fueled by a deep commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. The beauty of life is often hidden in the simplest moments, the things we tend to overlook or take for granted. Stoic philosophy teaches us to be mindful of these small yet profound aspects of existence. When we stop and reflect on the present, appreciating both the joys and the challenges, we cultivate a deeper sense of gratitude and purpose. Let's continue to nurture this awareness, growing together in wisdom and virtue, one step at a time. If you're intrigued by how Stoicism can further enrich your life, I invite you to explore more on this journey. There are endless ways this philosophy can help transform your approach to challenges, relationships, and personal growth. Check out the suggested videos on your screen to dive deeper into how these principles can shape your daily life and decisions. Thank you for being a part of the Stoic community. By sharing this path with others who are also seeking to live more intentionally, we build a collective wisdom that enriches all of us. Together, we can continue to learn, grow, and live more thoughtfully and fulfilled.